Hey guys, I'm Ryan. I'm from North Carolina. I'm currently a college student, but so a little bit more about me. I'm a sports fan, specifically a fan of the crappy Hornets and the Steelers, who had an amazing draft. By the way, I'm a college student struggling through debt, but I have views on the world that I think could be interesting to some people. I'm here with my co-host David, and this is Beyond the Perception. What's up, Dave?
I'm David. I'm also from North Carolina. Big sports fan of Carolina sports teams, mainly the Panthers, obviously. Keep pounding. I also love the gamble, which is one of my addictions. But one of these days, I plan on hitting big, so it won't be an addiction for long. But I also have thoughts on the world and different things, so I want to get that out into the world.
So we basically wanted to make a podcast just to talk about random things that we find interesting, a bunch of topics that could just like be all types of things that happen across the globe, just weird phenomenon. We just wanted to talk about stuff and share our opinions with you guys.
Yeah, I agree with that. So some things like aliens, sports, conspiracy theories, really anything. There's infinite things to talk about.
I'm sure David has some gambling advice to give some of you guys out there.
Yeah, you probably don't want my advice because still trying to hit big.
Only down to your next big win, man.
Yep, that's what they say. That's what they say.
So on to our first topic, just for the first episode, do aliens exist? So personally, I think they do.
You want me to?
I got it. I think aliens exist. I think there's a lot of stuff around the world that it's kind of weird. I don't think that we have actual proof that they might have existed like on Earth or that they've like had contact here. But I think that the massive universe is just like way too big for there not to be life out there. We found proof that other planets can actually support life, but we haven't found proof of life on them yet. So I think there has to be aliens out there somewhere.
Yeah, I'm kind of on the same thought process that the universe is just so big that I feel like it's impossible for there to think that there's only life on one planet out of all the billions, trillions of fucking planets that are out there. Oh, sorry for my language. I don't mean to cuss. But yeah, like, I think there's things like the UFO sightings, all that. I think it's pretty, we'll never really know what that is, probably for another years and years, but I think there are aliens. I think we'll find out sooner or later, but that's just my thoughts on it.
I think it's weird how with UFO sightings, we've never had like an actual sighting with a good quality camera. Like they're all so shit, even like the ones today.
No, yeah, I agree with that, but I mean, you gotta think about it though. Like these UFOs aren't coming like straight down, so really to get a good like quality video, you're gonna need like an insane camera because most of the times I feel like you're zooming in like really really far to be able to like see it.
That is true.
You know what I'm saying?
Because they could have like technology that we don't even like understand or have a basis of understanding.
Yeah, because if they're like coming here, they're not gonna come straight down to to like our level to where we can see them. They're probably just like scoping out. We gotta zoom in really really close on like our camera phones and try to get a good image, and it's just not gonna work.
Dude, they've probably been observing us for years and we just don't know it.
I don't necessarily know if I believe that. I mean, I guess so. I don't know. That's a different topic.
Yeah, I agree. There is a theory that I forget like what the theory is actually like called, but it basically states that there's like this like collective unit of like this like alien group. Well, aliens to us because like we don't know what they are, but they're like so superior to us that they're basically just like waiting on us to reach their level, and then they can decide if we're like worthy enough for them. I guess that's a topic that's like way off of aliens.
I think I've also heard that theory, and it would make sense. Like they're probably just waiting for us to be able to communicate with them. They're like, we'll just give them time. But I don't know. That's hard to really be able to explain.
Well, that's almost like us like letting animals just live out in nature too, right? That's like basically what we would be to them. An experiment.
Yeah, I'm just ready to see an alien. I think that'd be pretty cool. Be like, what's up, alien? You think they're purple or they're green?
Dude, they have to be green, man. Everything in the world points to them being green, but we have no actual evidence of that. There's a reason that Hollywood shows them as green.
I mean, do you think there's like you think somehow like I'm gonna use Interstellar as an example. Interstellar was like had a black hole in their like movie, and then like years later, like what is it like? What are they called? Physics therapy professors or whatever. Whatever they like came out with an image of like an actual black hole, and it looked exactly like the one from Interstellar. You think there's like movies where they like there's gonna be an exact movie where an alien looks exactly like it did in the movie?
I mean, I think it would be hard for them to do that because we have no way of knowing that like aliens are what they are. But I do think that people's creativities have reached a level where we have so much film about aliens that someone has had to have hit that hammer on the point by now. Like someone has had to have known what an alien looks like. There's no way like
Yeah,
we haven't.
yeah, I agree. I feel like there's so many movies about aliens that like one of those gotta be right.
Dude,
Hopefully,
swear.
it looks more like ET, and then we can beat them up.
Yeah, like a cool one. I mean,
No, we don't want a cool one. We want like a weird looking one.
we
We
don't
can
want.
beat up and like enslave.
Well, we shouldn't have to beat them up, dude. Like they gotta teach us so much. Dude, could
Yeah,
it? Go ahead, go ahead.
I think there is a big misconception that aliens are bad and like we wouldn't be able to coexist with them. It would be cool to be able to learn stuff from them.
I agree. Well, like, for example, like, couldn't ET like touch someone and like fucking heal them? Sorry for the language.
I have no idea. I haven't seen ET. That was before my time.
Dude, I swear his finger would like glow and he would like touch someone. Like, there's a part where this chick like falls off a bike and he like touches them and it just like heals them. Like, what if aliens had those types of powers? Bro, that'd be nuts.
I mean, it could happen, man. Maybe one of these days Superman would just come out of nowhere, man.
Start shooting like lasers through the sky and stuff.
Yeah, that'd be pretty cool.
That'd be kind of scary.
It would be scary, but at some point you gotta be like, yo, that's kind of cool. Yeah, he can kill me in like it's a millisecond, but it's kind of cool.
Our heroes like in movies like just aren't actually heroes. They're just fucking like demons coming to kill us.
I mean, they could be aliens.
They could. I also find it weird how NASA started as like they started off exploring the ocean, and then I guess at some point they decided to start exploring space. And when they started to explore space, they're starting to release like less documents about like what they're finding, and a lot of people are speculating about like if NASA's lying to the people or not. I think there's a lot of stuff going on with NASA that's weird.
Wait, NASA started searching the ocean?
Yeah, so NASA started off exploring with like the ocean exploration stuff, and then they eventually moved into space. But like,
I did not know that.
there's a lot of stuff saying like we don't know why they would do that, and like they never actually said why. Uh, but whenever they started to explore like the space more, I guess like they've stopped like releasing as much information as they used to back in the 70s and stuff, or like whenever they started. I could be
Yeah,
completely wrong, but
yeah. Just a FYI out there. None of this that we're saying is factual evidence, especially coming from me. I'm a very opinionated person, so
same.
don't listen to me on anything. Ryan is more of the doing research and knows what he's talking about.
But I don't always know. I do know that NASA 100% started exploring the ocean first, though. And that's weird that they would just switch to start exploring the space and stop giving us information.
Yeah, that I didn't know. I had no idea that they started with the ocean.
Yeah. Well, dude, there's also that theory that there's like there's something in the Bible. I forget what it's called, but it's like saying that we like can't actually leave the boundaries of Earth. Do you know what that is?
I don't know what it is, but let me do some research real quick.
Yeah, okay.
Uh,
Because there's a video out there of like Elon like it's one of Elon's like missile launches, and it almost looks like it like hits a fucking barrier like mid fly, and it just kind of like starts flying down. And it's just like people were saying that it's proof that it exists. So I also think that like that maybe could be a possibility. I don't know what it's called though. I don't remember it, and I wish I did. It just came off the top of my head because we're talking about aliens now.
yeah, try to do some research here. I don't know if Google's the best option.
Dude, I
Oh
swear I
man.
saw it on like TikTok, bro. Like a while ago.
Okay, well I think we should all know not to trust TikTok.
Oh yeah, you're probably right.
I guess I'm seeing. I mean, it's not saying that we can't like leave.
That's a topic for a different day. We'll have to actually look into it and then start thinking about it.
Yeah, yeah. I think we need a little bit more research before we get into that one. I feel
Yeah.
like that's a very broad. We can jump into religion and aliens.
Yeah, because we don't even like I can't even remember what it's called, so we'll move on.
Yeah, we would need to do a little bit more research. Come back, actually have some evidence to support our claims.
Yeah. Well, is there anything else that makes you think that aliens exist?
Mm, not really. I feel like the biggest things are just like we said. The possibilities are just the small chance that we're the only people that have life. It's very slim, and the UFO sightings. I think the fact that all those UFO sightings stuff is classified is kind of sketchy.
Yeah, because at some point it doesn't like it starts to become like a reality instead of like just like speculation that we're seeing stuff. Because it could be like you
Yeah,
said, like we just don't have the technology to keep up with the speed of like UFOs actually flying.
yeah. I feel like there's been like a lot of reports and a lot of interviews with people and their experiences with seeing some of this, and they think there's been like multiple like Air Force pilots that are like, yeah, that's I've never seen anything like that. It was moving unlike anything we've ever seen before. So I think that's pretty weird.
Yeah, but we don't have enough of those reports like out in the public, which is like weird why they wouldn't release stuff, you know?
Yeah,
Like it makes you think that like we actually have had contact with them and like there's a reason they're hiding everything that people are like posting. Because I think just because long distance space travel isn't possible for us, it doesn't mean that it's not a reality like elsewhere. Because I definitely think we're not the
yeah.
smartest beings in the world.
Oh yeah, there's definitely the possibility that like even though like we've made it this far, there's nothing to say that and there's an alien civilization out there that's been around for even longer and has just advanced so much far in technology, way beyond what we'd ever believe.
Yeah, like what if there's like aliens that like actually on Earth with like invisibility cloaks and shit? That'd be scary.
That could be a thing. We
We would
drop the
never
boards
know.
off when they, yeah,
Yeah,
it's kind of scary to think about.
it is. Do you think they've like progressed past, or like if there is aliens, do you think they would have progressed past like simple emotions like we feel? Like you know how whenever we feel angry, we like really get petty and like start blaming other people and like like on Earth we have wars and shit like that. Like do you think aliens have transcended past all that to the point where they're just like in peace? And that's why they could be so
That's a
far.
really tough question.
Yeah,
That was
that's
about to
really
blow up my
broad.
brain trying to think about that one.
Yeah.
I feel
Sorry.
like just, I mean, I feel like everything has to, everything with the brain has to have emotions. I think they could be past like wars and all that. They've resolved wars and figured out a way to have world peace. But I feel like they would have emotions, some type of emotion, especially if they have a conscience.
Yeah. I guess emotions are our biggest like drivers in life. Like everybody like you have like you feel something like to cling on to. So I guess without emotions you would
Yeah,
just
like even
be like a
animals have emotions.
yeah, because without them I guess you'd just be like a robot.
Yeah, and we do not like robots. Rather
No.
fight an alien than a robot. Well, honestly, question: would you rather fight an alien or a robot? I think that's a important
Dude,
question there.
well there was a place in Japan where the workers got like attacked by this robot and it was no, not the workers. An AI, I forget who leaked it, but it had like they were trying to destroy it and it had like already developed plans to like build itself bigger and better. So I would rather fight a fucking alien than a robot that can make itself back bigger and better because we don't even know the capabilities of like robots. Not that we know the capabilities of aliens either, but like I feel like a death to a robot would be more painful than one to an alien. Because like, what if an
Yeah, that
alien
is
could just like
true. But I feel
evaporate me? You know, like what if I don't feel anything?
eh, yeah, but I feel like an alien might try to torture you and try to figure stuff out, get stuff out of you, and a robot would just kill you. No feelings, no emotional attachment to you. It's just gonna kill you.
Think an alien's gonna like probe you with those sticks and stuff, like on South Park?
Like, I might, man.
I don't
I
know,
think
dude.
probing is kind of dumb.
Terminator was a horrifying movie, and if that's what robots are gonna be like, I don't want to see them.
Yeah, I agree. Robots are scary, but I don't know. Aliens are what if there's an alien species out there that's made of only robots?
That okay?
And
Well,
we got
now that's we're getting a little out there. That'd be horrifying. They like don't even have an army. They
they were
just
really screwed.
send robots to us.
Yeah, it could be a lot of drones, man. Just send drones at us.
It's true. It's crazy to think about like what could be out there that we don't even like know about technology wise.
If you had the option, like right now, tomorrow, like I don't know how to explain this. If you had the option tomorrow to just be like nothing bad's gonna happen, like you'll be able to come back easily. If you had the option to go into space, would you right now?
Would I like right now?
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, but with my knowledge that I have right now, just straight up go.
Yeah.
I think I would. I think it would be so cool to be up there. They've developed ways of like getting people to come back. Like, didn't Elon do like a hotel service in space?
I don't think it's. I don't know if it's available yet, but I know the Jeff Bezos has his own space company. I think it's called Blue Origin or something like that, and they'll fly you up in space, and you'll be able to like hop out of your seats, and you'll be able to like fly around in zero gravity, and you're in space for like 5-10 minutes, and then it'll come back down. So you'll be able to experience like being in space, and then it'll come down.
Okay, well, if people are doing that, then I definitely think I would go to space like tomorrow. It would be safe. Would you?
Mm, I don't know. I'm personally one of the people that like staying as close as possible to the ground. So I don't like airplanes. So I don't like roller coasters. So I don't like a lot of things. I just like being safe to the ground.
You wouldn't want to see if the Earth's actually flat or not?
Well, I know for a fact the Earth is flat, so I don't have to go up there.
Oh, okay. You think the Earth's flat?
That's another that's a topic for another day. We can go into the flat Earth conspiracy theory.
Sounds good.
I got some great points for that one.
We'll table that one.
Yeah, we'll save that one.
Just think of what you would see up there, though. Like, you're in space, you actually see, like, the Earth that, like, we see pictures of. Like, you would actually see that, though.
Yeah, but that's all you're seeing. All you're seeing is the Earth, and then you'll look to your right, and then all it is stars and blackness. You're not gonna see it. Not blackness, darkness. There's nothing else to see.
Yeah, but, like, how many people can say that they've went to space and saw the Earth? You could be one of those people if you went tomorrow, you know?
Yeah, I guess you could say that, but I mean, like I said, I just personally would rather stay on the ground.
Yeah. I don't know. I would love to go. I think it'd be interesting.
Hmm. Like Elon Musk does have. I don't know if it's available yet, but they do plan on having like some kind of hotel service in space, which does sound pretty cool. But again, I'm scared of space. I feel like there's just nothing out there, so it'd be scary.
Yeah. I also think a lot of people are scared of the unknown, though, and the only way we discover the unknown is by going into it. So we need people to go up there, and obviously not you because you're not trained, but like you know what I mean. We need to keep exploring.
But yeah, obviously not me. Yeah, I do agree with exploration. Like Elon Musk trying to go to Mars. I think that's a great idea. Try to just see what's out there. Us sending I don't remember what it was called, but it was like NASA's like Land Rover or whatever it is,
Yeah,
sending pictures back
and
to Earth just so we can see what it looks like over there. I think that's pretty interesting. I think we should keep doing that.
Yeah, because the Land Rover on Mars actually discovered proof that there was potentially a lot of water on Mars before. So I think if we could send
Yeah.
more land rovers or whatever they're called to like other planets, we might be able to find a new Earth, which would solve our issue here with global warming and stuff.
I think it would be kind of cool if you just see the Land Rover just driving around doing this thing, and I know he just sees like a little figure in the background, and he just like runs away, and then you're like, what the fuck was that? I think that'd be
Okay,
pretty cool.
like the Sasquatch of
Then
Mars,
then then they're freaking out. Yeah, they're freaking out. They're like, okay, we gotta hide this.
dude. That's
Do you think
terrifying,
they've possibly seen something and they haven't told us about it?
dude. I definitely think they have, because if they cover up these UFO sightings and they don't actually like go through and debunk them as like something else, why would they not cover up pictures of like aliens that we've seen from land rovers, you know?
Yeah, like I feel like there has to have like some sort of like bones over there or something, or there has to be life as something, and they just probably haven't told us about it.
Well, there was proof of water, and we know water usually means life because life on Earth began from water.
Yeah.
Uh, I think it's fascinating that there isn't animals over there. We know it's uninhabitable now, but like, I think something had happened to make it uninhabitable because there was definitely something there before.
All right, this is gonna be a very dumb question, but I need to ask this. You're a bio major, so I'm gonna see if it's a dumb question. So
Okay.
say there's water there,
Yeah.
or, or previously was water there. That means there could have been plants, right?
Yeah. So our plants life started from prokaryotes, which is like the most simple form of anything basically because it's a single-celled organism pretty much. And
Mm-hmm.
basically plants had come from that, so you get like bacteria, which eventually comes from prokaryotes, which turns into eukaryotes. But you get bacteria, which then I guess kind of turns into plants at one point. Maybe I'm wrong on like the actual evolution there, but if there's water, there can definitely be plants, and that's what they think, or some scientists believe, Earth or life on Earth actually started. So I definitely think that we could start seeing that with other planets if we would actually investigate them more.
Okay, I have a follow up question to that now.
Yeah.
So if there were plants at some point, is there a way for us to know? Like do they leave something behind for us to be able to know if there were plants there?
I would have to do a little bit more research on that because I'm not 100% sure how like if you can carbon date plants, but I know the way they test the like you can test the soil for like nutrients and stuff that wouldn't be there unless there was plants. I think that's one way of doing it. I definitely think there is a way for them to know that plants were there. We just don't have a way of stepping on Mars right now to be able to test the nutrients. But then again, if we're sending land rovers over there, we should definitely be able to figure out if there was plants.
Yeah, I didn't know about that sort of thing. That's actually pretty cool if you can figure it out somehow.
Yeah, I definitely think there's ways because archaeologists prove that there was like life on Earth years and years and years ago. So I'm sure there's ways of doing that with other things too.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna have an episode dedicated strictly to like Mars, bro. We just dive straight into Mars.
Yeah, I think Mars would definitely be a good topic.
Yeah.
Well, since we're kind of on the topic of archaeologists and aliens, I think we can dive a little bit into the pyramids.
Okay.
Since I know you think there are aliens playing the pyramids here.
I don't think that aliens did. I think that the knowledge that we have on what we think our ancestors were is wrong. Is how I would say that. I think that we think or we have this common notion that our ancestors were like these Neanderthals, like ooga 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 ooga, and they didn't actually speak English or anything like that, and that they were just like these idiots. But I think that we had civilizations in the past that were way more advanced than we could imagine that put up these like huge pyramids, such as the Giza pyramids in Egypt. I think that there's no way that like people that weren't advanced could make those, and that's my argument for why aliens could be involved.
See, I just. So you think they had contact with aliens?
I don't think that they had to have had contact with aliens. I think that aliens could be a big possibility for if our ancestors were as dumb as say they are, and that they like were just using like basic stone tools and stuff like that. Then there definitely was contact with aliens, but I think that our ancestors were much smarter than we give them credit for, and that they could have potentially made that had they had like advanced civilizations that we didn't think they had. Because like with our
I
technology
mean, it could also
now,
be.
go ahead, go ahead.
No, you go ahead. You go ahead. You
So
were
like
still going.
with our technology now, we're starting to build these big skyscrapers and stuff like that. And you look at is it Dubai that's just like super super rich and they just like build stuff everywhere?
Yeah.
So we look at that now with the advancements we have like now, and that seems simple. But like you got to think they didn't have, or and the way people view the world, they didn't have the technology that we have now back then. So how are they making pyramids like that without being advanced or without help from aliens?
Yeah, I understand that, but I feel like yes, we don't fully understand like what people back then went through and what they were capable of. I feel like they could be capable of what we're saying, but by us saying they were, using these simple tools or whatever, that was still pretty advanced for them back then. Back then, like we look at people in like the 1940s, like 1930s, like the 1800s. We see what they're doing. We're like, oh, that was pretty dumb. Like we can do things so much more advanced now. Just like, but at that time period, it was advanced for the people that were ahead of them. So they were ahead of they were more advanced than civilizations before them, and we think that they weren't that advanced or capable. So I feel like we could just be thinking that they couldn't do this just because they were using simple tools. But in reality, like that was advanced for them at that point in life.
Okay, so you think like I'm trying to put this into words that doesn't make it sound like I'm putting words in your mouth. So you think that with what they had, they were advanced for their time period, but they just built like the pyramids over years and years and years of hard work. You don't think that there was like any outside help to that? They just like used what they had and just through willpower
No,
got it done.
yeah, I really don't think they had any help from aliens. Like, I feel like it's very, very hard to think that like alien civilization would just come here, help them out, and then leave, and then never come back. And I was like I said, like yeah, I understand. Like back then, they thought they were Neanderthals. They were dumb and couldn't think and couldn't speak in different languages and all that. But I feel like at some point, you're just gonna advance and be able to like think for yourself and learn how to do things and like create your own languages and stuff like that. And then like eventually you're gonna come up with tools to figure out how to make things happen. So I feel like they at some point they became advanced for themselves, and they were like if you would look at generations before them, they were probably advanced to like how we look at their generation. Like we're far more advanced than them. That's probably the way they looked at themselves compared to other generations before them.
They were just like way ahead of their time. Yeah. That's one way. That's interesting.
Yeah.
I think the pyramids is something we table and we bring it to episode 2 with research to back everything we say, and we can have an argument there.
I agree because I don't know too much about the pyramids. I have my opinions on it. I know you have your opinions on it, and there's other thousands of opinions on it, and we can definitely dive into some conspiracy theories about it.
Yeah, okay, I'm down for that. So we'll see you guys for episode 2. We'll be diving into the pyramids. But for now, this was Beyond the Perception. See you guys.
So, you guys.